Hello and welcome to the Three Rivers Community College Writing Center tutorial on MLA formatting. We're going to start by opening up a Microsoft Word document, so I'm going to double click on the Word icon here. Okay, and what we're looking at is a blank page. We're going to be setting this up in MLA format, Modern Language Association format, and that's usually used in English classes and humanities courses. The first thing we're going to check is we're going to check the margins, and so I'm going to go up here to my Page Layout tab, click on that, and I'm going to click on the margin icon here, and I'm just going to make sure I've got 1 inch all the way around, so that's the normal default margin here. So I'm just going to click on that, and it looks good. I'm going to go back to my Home tab, and the Home tab is where you're going to find a lot of your basic formatting functions right here at the top. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure this is turned on. This is the Show Hide button, and it's this kind of backwards P-looking thing, and you can turn that on and off at any time. It won't show up in the printed document, but it's a good benchmark to show where your enters are and where your line breaks are, things like that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to enter some of the information I need. First thing obviously is going to be your name, the student name. Second thing is going to be your instructor name. After that is going to be the class. We're going to make this English 101. And then the last thing is the date. And you notice the format's a little bit different than what you might be used to, but still pretty straightforward. I'm going to hit enter again. And now I'm going to be inserting my title. So I'm going to go up here and hit the centering icon, and my title is going to be Sample MLA Essay. Okay, you notice that's centered for me. I'm going to hit enter one more time, and now I'm going to start putting in my text. Now you'll notice the Show Hide button shows me still centered here, and I want to go back to left align. So I'm going to go back up here to this icon, which is going to align my text to the left. I'm going to hit that. Okay, now I'm all ready to go to add some content. So I'm going to reduce this window a little bit and go over here to some sample content that I've already selected. And I'm just going to click and drag all this, or excuse me, click and cut and paste all this. So I'm going to cut that out and minimize it. And I'm going to go back here to where my document is. And just so we have something to work with, I'm going to paste that in. Okay, and you'll notice it's a couple things right away. It's a different font, and it's also a little bit bigger than what we want. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit more here so we can have some more text to work with. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my paragraphs are indented. Okay, so that looks good there. And then we need another one down here. Okay, so I'm just hitting the tab key to indent those. And the standard tab setting should be good for the indent. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure this is all the same font. I can use my Select All button up here, which is an icon that can be added to your toolbar ribbon, or I can just click and highlight. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back up here to my font selection menu. I'm going to go Calibri, and I'm going to go 11 point. Okay, that's a nice readable font. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. You'll notice that it's all double spaced, okay, and that looks okay, but just to make sure I'm formatted well, I'm going to change this all to single space and then show you how to double space it also. So I'm going to go up here to my line spacing icon and open that up and go to single space, and you'll notice that changed a lot. Okay, but this is weird. This stuff at the top still looks double spaced, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all that, go back up to line spacing, and you're going to notice something at the bottom here. Microsoft Word 2007 has a default setting where it'll put spaces after paragraph breaks, and I don't want that to happen automatically. I want to be able to be in charge of that, so I'm going to take that out. Okay, and then you see it's all single spaced. Okay, so I want the whole thing double spaced, so I'm just going to highlight again, go back up here to line spacing, double space the whole thing. Looks good. Okay, that's well on the way to what I want it to be. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a page number up here in the right hand corner. So I'm going to go up here to the Insert tab. Okay, and I'm going to go over here to Header and Footer. I don't actually want a header. That'll add text. I just want the page number. Okay, so I'm going to insert page number, and I'm going to go down to top of page. That'll give me a few different options here. I want it on the right hand side, so I'm going to pick plain number 3 from these options. Okay, you can see that puts the header up there. I'm also going to add my last name, okay, which I can add. And then I'm going to click and highlight that little piece of text up there, go back to my Home tab, and make sure that's in the same font as the rest of my paper, so Calibri and 11. Okay, now I'm going to double click in the body, okay, and I can kind of check out how it looks. There's my page number and last name. This all looks good. Title is centered up. Everything else looks nice, and there it is on the second page. Okay, so that looks pretty good, and I'm just going to keep going with that and keep adding text, and my format should be good. The most important thing, obviously, is this first page. Make sure it looks like this for MLA format, and if it doesn't, make some changes. Okay, so thanks for watching this tutorial, MLA formatting.